Please welcome Thomas Power.
Good morning. Max and Eric have given me a very hard subject to cover, the subject of ethics in AI for mankind. I've got 3 children in their 20s, 27, 25, 22, and they use this word anxiety a lot, all 3 of them, both at work and at home. Anxiety, anxiousness, and obviously we hear all the time about the issue of mental health. And so when I was trying to think through the case for ethics around AI, I was trying to understand what they think, because I've had my 40 years in technology and I'm at the end of that right now. But we have this anxiety around climate change. We have this anxiety around mental health. We have it around Brexit. We have it around Trump. We now have it around Turkey and Syria. And obviously we have it around AI because we don't understand. We don't understand these things. And after 30 years of the internet, or at least going back to AOL and CompuServe version of the internet, more information hasn't made us more informed or more stable or cleverer. In fact, none of that. It's made us more unstable, more worrisome, more anxious, more concerned about our future. And forecasting, whether it's autonomous cars, which to me is trivia, or AI in 2030 is now ridiculous. It's impossible to forecast what will happen with Brexit tomorrow. So it's impossible to forecast 10 years ahead. So with all that in my mind, I've been trying to think through what's going on with Extinction Rebellion, who want us to hit net zero by 2025. Is it possible to hit net zero by 2025 if we were organized to do so? And so we now have that anxiety. And when we think about the blockchain, we tend to think about identity or cryptography or tracking products or tracking our own identity or tracking payments. And I've been trying to think, is there a link here between AI, blockchain, and climate change, the real CC here? Are these things all connected? Because humans don't really do anything unless we get an incentive, unless we get a reward. And we saw that with something as simple as recycling our food in the green box, our cardboard in the blue box, our waste in the grey box over the last 20 years. And we've all adopted that. And I think now we're kind of worrying about AI, just like we're worrying about climate change, because some people see it as a great opportunity, a great productivity gain, and other people see it as a predator and a threat. And last month, Jack Ma from Alibaba interviewed Elon Musk from Tesla and now Neuralink. I'm sure some of you have seen Neuralink. And Jack Ma was very upbeat and progressive. He's a salesman. He's always upbeat and progressive. But he was very upbeat about AI, putting everything would be automated, we'd all be sitting around, and we'd be happy sitting around with the machines doing all the work, which I thought was nonsense. And then Elon Musk talked about the fact that AI was a predator, and it could wipe us out if it wasn't controlled. And Jack Ma was very much, you could just turn it off. You could just switch it off. AI doesn't have a chance of creating humans. Humans created computers. Computers are creating AI. Humans are more intelligent. It went on for about 45 minutes. Great for Bloomberg, great for YouTube, great for traffic. It's about a 47-minute interview. It's worth watching. But the big clash was between the egos of a salesman and an engineer. And we've all experienced both in our careers, and we both know that they One misinforms and one's always late. So I've been trying to think through the different arguments. If AI is about productivity and gain and solving climate change, then great. But I lean towards Elon Musk's argument that it's a predator and it's dangerous. And so I think, well, is he pre-selling our Neuralink upgrade where we drill into the back of our heads and plug this Neuralink net, on this scroll, and the scroll unwinds and falls down on our brain, and we plug our brain into the network. We effectively become a device on the network. So we kind of, in Terminator style, we fight the attacker. We fight the predator. We become one with the network. We become one with the singularity. We become machines. And obviously recently we've seen this argument that we're now, again, supposedly 10 years away from people living for 1,000 years. We are one with the network. We are human machines, machine humans. And against that backdrop, thinking about the ethics of AI and the ethics of AI algorithms seems futile, seems totally pointless to me when we can't even make very, very simple decisions. And the world changes with the primitive behavior of simple tweets, like the NBA tweet about Hong Kong last Friday, like Trump's Turkey tweet earlier at the weekend. So humans are very, very unsophisticated, and we have, I would say, we have Muppets operating our machines in power who we voted for and we're very worried by and scared of. But what's happened with 30 years of the internet is we have this plutocracy, this bunch of billionaires now running the world, the ones with all the data. The winner of the game is the one with all the names. The company with all the names won, the Google, the Facebook, the Amazon, the Apple, whatever label you wish to give them. They have the power. They have the money, they have the capital, they can acquire any assets, and even if they are threatened with a breakup and an array of IPOs, if you like, from the breakup, there will be many newcos there which will be fully funded to become the next generation of plutocrats. So I sit thinking about all of that, and I think, wow, how do you spend time worrying about the ethics of AI when a very few small group of people are running the world based on their data power? Data power that we've transferred to them, data power that we pay for through them, through our various cloud subscriptions. And we pretty much have no idea what's going on. Even the most sophisticated of us don't really know what's going on, be those the technical people, the salespeople, or the financial people. And so I'm left to worry, because I don't know what to recommend to you. I don't know what to suggest to you. I don't know what to say to you, other than I fear for our future. And then I think, well, there's many speeches like that going back to the 1970s and 1980s when we worried about climate, when we worried about nuclear weapons, I should say, and we had the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, CND. And CND and Extinction Rebellion look incredibly similar, swapping nuclear weapons for climate change 40 years later. But we are in a very difficult situation. So I tend to think what's going to happen, these data leaders, these data overlords, if you like, are probably going to be our next presidents and prime ministers, because they're probably the only people who have the capital and the power and access to data to get us to that next stage where we really can debate the ethics of AI. And so on the assumption that Donald Trump is here again for another 4 years, from 2020 to 2024, God help us, will he be replaced by Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, one of those three? Who knows? But that was 10 minutes of entertainment. Thank you.